Chinese regime released deformed creatures into its own streets.
Food stamps getting cut off for everybody.
The shift has officially hit the fan, y'all. Hollywood is shutting down.
They just gave the green light for ChatGPT to have a lot of freaky conversations with a lot of freaky people. I might be the first person.
What up, man? Kaz here, giving you another react. So sit back, relax, observe, and let's get into it, y'all. Roll the clip.
Top military commanders are resigning. If they're too woke, they're gonna be forced out anyway. Full-bird colonel just resigned, and he told his people in a memo to question the government and that they don't have to do it if they're morally against it. Well, that's against their oath. Their oath is to protect us. An admiral just resigned as well. That's a general in the Navy. 37-year career, down the tubes. Someone dedicates their entire life to the military, you know if they resign at this point, it goes against everything that they are and they stand for. The president is the commander-in-chief, convicted of multiple felonies, and his henchman, who's a notorious drunk. Yeah, great. People have been forcibly retired. All of these people. These are top commanders. People in charge of nuclear weapons. People in charge of keeping our national security safe. You know who they put in charge of national security? This guy. His last job was a bagger at a grocery store. The military starts resigning, you know who's gonna take their place, right? Uneducated, unqualified people. So you don't agree that we need to stand up and do something? I think you should just bend over and take it. America.
Hey, we have a major update. I just got through a meeting with my team about all the news that's coming out today. And let me tell you, there's so much going on right now in the world that it's hard to keep up. If you saw what happened yesterday with the Chinese and Russian submarines that are patrolling the Pacific Ocean, that's just the beginning, because today Poland was attacked by Russian drones. They said it was an accident. Now NATO is getting involved to restrict the airspace over Poland and Ukraine. What's even more concerning is UAPs are being reported over Russia and the US. There's actually a hearing going on right now trying to figure out how to handle these UFOs or UAPs. It's the last time that they tried to shoot one down over Russia. The missile deflected right off. So the whole world's getting ready. Something big's coming.
Do you feel it? They're saying that there's definitely something big going down. You got all these meetings with all these top people and all these AI corporations worldwide in secret, having mad meetings left and right. What's about to go down, y'all? Seriously, what do you think? Spam it up in the comments below.
Yes, if my ancestors were lynched, whipped, indoctrinated, and broken, crying out for Jesus to come save them, what makes you think Jesus is gonna listen to you when you call out for him to come down and save you? Get him the fuck out the way of our people. Yeah, we love Jesus and what he did even for the people in his time, but our ancestors did way more than Jesus did his whole lifetime. So yes, we need to honor them and their sacrifices.
We need to honor our ancestors and their sacrifices for us. Never forget that. What do you guys think everything he just says? Spam it up in the comments.
Let me tell you something. Start November 1st, food stamps getting cut off for everybody. On November 1st, you might want to call your SNAP EBT card before you go buy some groceries, because you know Thanksgiving coming up and everybody finna go grocery shop. It's just been announced that over 42 million American people will no longer have food stamps. The government shutdown is not affecting EBT. And if you lucky and still get them yams, you will now be fully required to work over 80 hours a month in order to continue to receive funds. So unless you disabled or you autistic, you gonna have to still go get a goddamn job, Craig. Cause I'm telling you right now, is happening. Because Trump done shut that goddamn government down and they goddamn food stamps cut off everybody food stamps. Everybody will be affected with this situation. Now watch them white people try to blame us because you know they get more food stamps than we do. They finna blame us on the internet. Just pay attention to what's going on. Now dig this. They say over 42 million people could lose their food stamps all because of this government shutdown that's shaking the whole nation. Now you know it's a whole lot of people that been living off EBT for years. But now Washington, that goddamn White House say they running out of funds to keep feeding everybody. They talking about cutting off SNAP benefits until the government reopens, which means mothers, children, seniors, and all the working poor people could be left struggling to put food on the table this goddamn Thanksgiving. Not just Thanksgiving, before Thanksgiving, Christmas too. They say from November 1st forward, everybody who get EBT gonna have to work 80 hours a month, whether that's a job, community service, or some type of work program. Your ass gotta get a job. This ain't nothing but the government saying if you don't work, you don't eat. But the question is, what about the people that can't find work due to their legalities? I'm talking about them fellas and like that get food stamps. What about the people that got some kind of arm or leg or toe broke or can't see out of what about them people, man? What about the ones that's raising kids or living in the areas with no jobs available due to the tough economy and people ain't hiring? The system been set up for years to keep the poor people depending on them. And now they pulling the goddamn rug out from under the folks that's depending on them. People gonna have to choose between working just to keep EBT or finding another way to survive without it. Cause it's coming. This ain't about them goddamn yamps. It's about
off the food stamps this morning. Government shut down, got folks losing it. Look at this, they done rushed the whole store. Shelves clearing out like it's the end of the world. Nobody stopping. Hey.
AI or not, that's about to go down, y'all. Come on, what do you guys think? Spam it up in the comments.
Yo, so did like any of us even sleep last night? Like, what is this? Energy starting at 1 a.m. lasting until 6 a.m. The fuck is this? Yo, follow along. Let's talk about this. I'm trying to see if anybody else slept last night, because this is some wild-ish. Good morning. It is Saturday, September 27th, 2025. It is about 9:20 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I keep going to like take this piece of hair out of my mouth, and then it's like, oh, it's not even there. It's just a shadow. So drop in the comments, fam. Let me know how everybody slept. I personally tossed and turned. I could not get comfortable. Like I said, we started getting this energy in around 1 a.m. this morning. I think I woke up around 2 a.m., saw what was happening. I did fall asleep real quick again. And then I've been up pretty much damn near about since 4 a.m. dealing with some energy vampires. But we gonna save that discussion for later. That's gonna be a next post. So, let me back at it. 111, let's fucking go. Okay, so I wanted to go to this picture so that I could break this down real quick, because I know a lot of the energy we've had coming in for the past few days has been absolutely outstanding. So this is all of the fresh new energy we had in the day before yesterday, right? When we were getting smacked. That was like an over 24-hour run. Then we had this nice little gap here yesterday, right? It was around yesterday morning. We had a nice little gap. We weren't getting much. We had a little blip around the early afternoon. And then right after that, we can see everything we had was just integration. So a lot of during the day yesterday, we were just integrating everything we had over the past few days. Then last night, we got hit again. So what I want to say is when we're in this integration period, when we're getting all this heavy energy in, we might not be able to receive everything, work with this energy the way it wants to when it first comes in. We have stuff going on. We're trying to continue on with life. And then when you go to lay down later that night, it's like, well, these things start rushing in, flooding you. And it's like, whoa, what is all of this? That was everything that we had gotten. Now your body is in that shut down, relaxed state. You're closer to a meditative state. And that's when you start pouring in all your downloads and such. So
So if this happened to a lot of people later yesterday evening, this is why. This is the exact integrating that I'm always talking about. So drop in the comments, fam. Let me know how you're doing. As always, I will do my best if it starts spiking again later to keep everybody posted. I'm at Saturday morning soccer. I'm about to go watch my baby kill this shit. Let's go, fam.
The Schumann resonance is off its peak, piercing through the ceiling of the firmament, son. That's how it needs to be. What do you guys think everything she just said? I need to hear y'all thoughts, man.
The shift has officially hit the fan, y'all. Hollywood is shutting down. The cost of living in Los Angeles has caught up with the industry. People are losing their jobs left and right. The production companies are closing down, y'all. Even Mel Gibson, he says now he has to outsource his whole production company to other countries in order to continue filming The Second Passion of Christ, y'all. We told y'all the shift is here, y'all. Check
Movie
this out.
productions, once reserved for the big Hollywood lots of Los Angeles, are now finding homes elsewhere, both domestically and abroad. So what is driving the exodus out of California? News Nation's Brian Enton looks into that story. It's the 70s.
Whether or not you believe Deontay Kyle is right or wrong, what we're not going to do is call our own ancestors demons. How would your ancestors be demons? Your ancestors. Demons?
And they keep on going. Our ancestors are demons. Or connecting with our ancestors is demonic. So they say. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Spam it up in the comments, y'all.
So first and foremost, this is not a debate, okay? I don't need any of you Bible-thumping Christians trying to come in my comment section and trying to spread the word of God and think that you're going to get me to think anything outside of what I truly believe in. You believe in what you believe in. I believe in what I believe in. I'm not trying to change your mind. I'm not trying to do anything like that. I'm just telling my truth and how I see it. Just like you can tell your truth and how you see it on your platform, on your page, okay? So let me get this straight, okay? Praying to our ancestors, the people who carried us through blood, war, slavery, and survival, is now demonic, okay? But praying to the same system that told us to hate our own skin is somehow holy? Getting on your knees every night, begging a European image of a man that you've never met in a language that your ancestors were beaten into speaking and calling that faith. Please make that make sense. Our ancestors are the reason why we're even here to pray. They prayed before we even had pews. They knew spirit before there was even a preacher. They called on their bloodline because they understood. That power runs through memory. But somewhere along the lines, they told us our ways were wicked. That talking to grandma's spirit was evil, but talking to a man in the sky was righteous. They stripped our language, renamed our gods, and sold us a version of salvation that required forgetting ourselves. And now we call our own magic the devil. That's not faith. That's trauma disguised as tradition. Honoring our ancestors isn't worship. It's gratitude. It's remembering who prayed before you even knew how. It's saying, I see you, and still carrying the torch. So no, praying to your ancestors is not demonic, okay? For us, it's coming home. Maybe the real healing starts when we stop confusing our heritage with hell.
She took the words out of my mouth, y'all. That's where it's at. That's what it's about. But what do you guys think? Connecting with our ancestors is what drives all of this. Am I reaching? Am I tripping? Spam it up in the comments, y'all.
Yo, what in the world is actually going on? So get right back to this. So there's a gag order on the Charlie Kirk case, including 3,000 people that were in attendance. Not just them and people of the case, apparently Candace Owens got one as well. To which she literally said, don't worry about the gag order, I plan to violate it on the world's behalf. The things I've discovered this past week are enough to something down the house. Yes, Charlie was betrayed by everyone. I mean, it's crazy weird and completely unrelated. I just showed you guys last week how Utah had made an amendment on a law not allowing people to share autopsy pictures without it being a Class B misdemeanor. So it's a Class B misdemeanor to share autopsy pictures, possibly results, and now there's a gag order on everyone who was in the crowd. People are saying that even some influencers have gotten this gag order. I just find that crazy because if anything, all the people there, they could easily put details together better than not having no one talk at all. And what's even crazier was after the gag order, around that same time, we had a massive outage all over the internet. Of course, unrelated, completely, just telling y'all. There's a lot of weird things happening right now, especially geopolitically. Should be live on YT doing my show in about 2 hours. We'll talk about it all there. Anyways, and allegedly they're saying, of course through the media, that they were able to stop a mass shooting, specifically with an AR. If you think that's an awful lot of buzzwords, it definitely is.
Now, out of Atlanta, our Fox affiliate reports police have stopped a potential mass shooting at the busiest airport in America. Correspondent Madison Scarpina reports. She's live in Atlanta for us. Madison, what's up?
Hey, John. Yeah, we're getting all this information from Fox 5 Atlanta from sources inside the Atlanta Police Department. But we're learning that a convicted felon was allegedly planning to shoot up the Atlanta airport today, the world's busiest airport, armed with an AR-15. And that's
crazy. What are the chances? It was the busiest airport, and besides that, the choice of thing. Things are getting awfully weird. See you on YT.
These are the times that we're in, y'all. I can't say too much. This is all for entertainment purposes. But crazy times we're in, man. It's like the knob of evil is turning up, cranking up more and more and more. What do you guys think? Spam it up in the comments, man.
So I've been thinking for myself.
That's demonic.
I don't understand.
It's demonic.
But it's the brain that
it's demonic. That's some demons. That's not God. It's demonic.
But if it's a God-given brain,
it's demonic. It's still demonic. That's the demons.
It's just thinking for yourself.
It's the demons. Gotta be demonic.
I just don't understand why.
Gotta be demonic, yeah. Gotta be them demons.
But
demonic is demonic.
Okay.
It's demonic.
Okay.
It's demonic.
Yeah, man, I'm rocking a crystal. That's demonic, bro. I'm praying to my ancestors. That's demonic, bro. Everything's demonic. Man, fuck all that.
Amazon is down and we are really just dicking the fuck around. Everyone's dicking around, we're getting pictures. It's been 3 hours.
Nothing to be scared of in the pictures.
Nothing. They don't have any information for us, which is crazy. And it's not just Amazon. Did you hear it? I believe in the kill switch. I believe in it. They're just trying to test it out, see if it works. And it does. It's working.
They're cleansing it right now from everything.
It is crazy that we started at 120 and it's 3:30 and they're not offering any VTO.
I don't know if they can, if the system's down.
Yeah, I think they have to answer to Amazon.
Yeah.
As long as we're getting paid, I'm not even...
That's all I care about.
That's really all I get. Like, that's fine. That's fine.
Looks like there's an outage going on at Amazon. And I've been hearing that it's happening worldwide. Is that true? I've been pretty fine going on online. What's going on your end?
Wouldn't it be crazy if 2 cosmic visitors are crossing our solar system at the same time? We got C-2025-R2, also known as Swan, and 3i Atlas, the same name that's been shadowing classified files for months. And here's where it gets weird. Their timelines line up almost too perfectly. Follow and stay to the end, because what these 2 paths reveal might explain everything we've been seeing. NASA logged the first orbital anomaly on 3i Atlas in early September. Exactly 1 week later, Swan appeared, brightening faster than expected. Both were positioned within 10 degrees of Mars' orbital plane. Now here's the kicker. Swan's perihelion, its closest pass to the Sun, was September 12th. Atlas's data blackout, September 13th. 2 days apart. 2 names that keep appearing in the same encrypted packet trails. And if you trace both orbits forward, they converge again. Late October, right as Earth passes between Mars and the Sun. Some say that's just orbital geometry. Others, they believe it's a message written in motion, a synchronization between observation and warning. If that's true, we're about to see the sky tell a story no one's ready for. Because maybe it's not 2 comets at all. Maybe it's one, revealing itself in phases. In spite of what they call coincidence, truth always leaves a trail. And remember, join me tonight for the In Spite of Peace Project, where we'll talk about how to stay grounded through the chaos.
Or it could be that everything is all cap and all of it is just a distraction to look over here and not over there, while all the real crazy stuff is actually happening. Am I reaching? Spam it up in the comments.
Y'all some little bit of information and wake some of y'all motherfuckers up. They don't ever listen to no type of, who don't do no research on no science, no type of religion, no nothing. You just going on whatever somebody telling your ass and you taking it. You know what I'm saying? And that's not right. So, first of all, these are hieroglyphs found years and years ago. I can't even tell you where, but I remember this shit and I've seen it several times. What the fuck that look like? What does this look like? Look like 3-Eye Atlas to me. They know what the fuck going on. I'm telling you, they know. If you type in 3-Eye Atlas, it's so much different miscommunication and information about the shit because they don't want to give you the total lowdown of what's going on. This year alone, it's been so much shit. All the revelations have been shown. Ain't nothing else to do but for us to hear the trumpets. That's all we waiting for now, some trumpets or something. You feel me? I don't know, something's supposed to happen because I done seen everything. Yeah, this year. Even the Pope gone. Yeah, even though he ain't got nothing, you know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't saying it like he ain't good for us, but it's just a fact. Yeah, all this stuff with the disasters, the little Red Sea shit. We seen the Black Sea Devil. We had all type of people. Even it's getting real. It's getting real. But this is a hieroglyph, yo. It just warned us, and it's here now. What y'all gonna do?
Shouts out to Boss Life 206. They know what it is. They know who it is. We about to break this image down, y'all. Now, why does those look like giant beings with crowns on their head? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 beings, and this object definitely looks like 3-Eye Atlas. They know who it is. Guess what? I'm snitching. Put it there, buddy, pal, partner, dude, guy. I'm snitching. Wait a minute, hold your horses. I caught something. 14 kings. I'll do a little bit of research on 14 kings. One of the bloodlines must be gone, which created the 13 families. They're on the ground watching it leave. So they mean they know who this is, and it might not be a friendly.
They can't even love. That's sad, bro.
I went to 3 places today that charged me a fee for using my debit card. And look, I live in the state of Indiana. This is illegal. They do not get a fee for using a debit card. So what they're doing is they're charging you an extra fee and they're lying to you. Everywhere I went today, they wanted to charge me a fee. And when I questioned them about, okay, hold on. You can't charge a fee for using a debit card in the state of Indiana. The first thing she said was, we charge everybody for using a card. I said, hold on. Where's your manager? And she's like, hold on. And so the manager comes up and I said, this is a debit card. I'm not paying a fee on a debit card. It is a direct transfer and they don't charge you. And the guy looked at her and said, void the fee. So this is what I want you to know. Everywhere you're going that says there's a cash price and a price for a credit card, your debit card is not included. And it's against the freaking law when they charge that. Remember.
No doubt that we are, in fact, in the end. My goodness, do I have a video for y'all. What do gematria, spiritual apparitions, sci-fi stories written 2 decades ago, man-made prophecy written hundreds of years ago, and ritualistic openings that open the door for someone who just walked in, what's all that got to do with each other? Let's find out. So you remember a few weeks ago when I showed you that there's this UFO that was controlling a comment? I took the UFO, I enhanced it, made it big, and it's actually a lion, a giant lion in the sky. A giant lion like a Pope Leo. We're not even close to the crazy stuff. Just bear with me. I'm telling you, it gets deep. Then we had this thing happening at the time of the funeral, and at the funeral, there are people there with these rifles that are anti-air rifles for drones or whatever. Do you want to know why?
There was quite literally a fiction sci-fi story written 20 years ago about a Pope Leo, and he was the guy who encountered the aliens when they came down. Have y'all not been noticing the news over the last year 24/7 talking about this one thing? Both up in space and also under the ground, we have these alleged aliens, and after the line in the sky and the apparitions in the sky and all that stuff, we all of a sudden have this Pope Leo, and he's the exact guy in the sci-fi novel that the aliens are like, hey, let's work together. Y'all gotta be freaking kidding me.
It's pretty wild, y'all. What do you think?
For a full body restraint device allegedly being used in ICE deportations. The full body restraint device is called the RAP. The company that made a modified version of the device for ICE says it allows for people to be restrained during flights and long bus trips. However, lawsuits filed compare incorrect usage of the RAP to punishment and even torture. The company says that is not the case.
Resorting to medieval times type of torture. This picture is from the 13th century. This is the human RAP is a new take on medieval century torture. Understand how cooked we are when the images coming out literally look like Nazi Germany or any other genocide recorded in human history. They even drew a face on this guy. Like, this is a joke. This is a joke. It's all a joke. It's all just a fun Hunger Games type of game for these people. I want to say I'm surprised, but I'm not. We're so cooked.
Weird things have been happening. First off, we've had this guy doing business with us for a very long time. Nicest guy in the whole entire world, but I'm pretty sure that he works for the Apple. Okay. Well, he just dropped off his dog, and he goes, "If I don't make it back, you guys are financially set." What? Obviously, I did not respond in that manner. I was like, "Oh, is everything okay?" And he goes, "Yeah, and here's a number to call." I'm sorry.
Now you know what time it is when you hear something like that. Hey, my man looking out. Just roll with it.
Okay, breaking news. Hundreds of apps and websites are down right now after a major worldwide internet outage. Here's what we know. Government websites, banks, social media platforms, gaming networks, crypto exchanges. I mean, you name it, it was probably down or is still down by the time you're watching this. Now, we do know the root cause of all of this, and it seems to be Amazon Web Services in the United States. That's basically Amazon's cloud computing division, which is used by millions of large companies around the world. We're talking Snapchat, Roblox, WhatsApp, PlayStation, Fortnite, Clash of Clans, Zoom, Coinbase, Ring doorbells, even the UK's tax website, and the list goes on. Does that mean no tax today? I don't know, maybe, hopefully. Now currently, and this is going to come as no shock to anyone, they have no idea what the cause of this is currently, but they say we see signs of recovery, but it is yet another wild reminder just how much can be affected from one issue on the other side of the world. I'll keep you guys updated.
Hackers versus AI, put them together, what do you get?
Wait, hold up, let me get this straight. So one of the richest men on earth wants you to have a digital ID, and that's just the beginning. Larry Ellison, the owner of Oracle and now TikTok, not only said he wants our data centralized with an AI surveillance system, but he also said this.
Citizens will be on their best behavior because we're constantly recording and reporting everything.
Citizens will be on their best behavior. That sounds like a very dark dystopian future. And speaking of citizens, these people are protesting as we speak in the streets of London with signs that say no to digital ID. And why does this seem like a bigger overall plan in Europe? Because not only they're pushing a digital ID, but a CBDC as well, a central bank digital currency, in which is being pushed by this woman, the president of the European Central Bank, Christine Lagarde.
Put to reality this digital euro. The deadline for us is going to be October of 25. And we all get...
This is why education is key, you guys. Here's a trick bag. So they don't want you buying Bitcoin and other decentralized protocols, but they want you to buy their crypto, a CBDC, controlled by them and only them. And if you guys don't think this can happen, well, it's already happening in China right now with digital IDs and a social credit score.
I once again cannot buy food. A couple days ago, my uncle and my cousin helped me get a cell phone that is linked to a Chinese bank card so that I could buy anything.
And if that's not bad enough, they even have facial recognition technology for kids to get inside their own schools. And I'll say it once and I'll say it again. They always put it in the movies. Remember that episode on Black Mirror years ago where they had a social credit score system? Well, surprise, surprise, it's here. Make sure you guys hit me up for consultations to get educated on what's going on, link in bio. But what do you guys think about all this? Let me know below.
It's like they were using the credit system to prime us for the social credit score system that we have now. Am I reaching?
1 minute. In Marvel's Secret Invasion storyline, a clandestine infiltration of Earth unfolds as Skrulls, shape-shifting extraterrestrial beings, secretly replace key figures in various organizations, including superheroes. Led by Queen Varanki, the Skrulls execute a long-term plan to destabilize Earth and pave the way for their invasion. The infiltration is so pervasive that even some iconic superheroes are revealed to be Skrull imposters. Shield faces, internal strife, as trust erodes among its members, leading to a complex web of alliances and betrayals. The situation reaches a climax when the Skrulls launch a full-scale invasion, culminating in intense battles between Earth's defenders and the shape-shifting invaders. The storyline concludes with a surprising resolution exposing the extent of the Skrull infiltration and its impact on the Marvel Universe.
Shifting is commonly associated with beings of the reptilian race. However, it's crucial to acknowledge that there are diverse methods and forms of shape-shifting. One fascinating approach involves certain beings utilizing avatar bodies, which are grown in tubes, to transfer their consciousness and freely navigate Earth in a humanoid form. To gain insights into this concept, I recommend watching the movies Avatar and Self/Less, as they explore the intricacies of consciousness transfer and shape-shifting. In addition to avatar bodies, there exist beings capable of walking among us on Earth while employing telekinesis to project deceptive human images directly into our minds. This particular form of shape-shifting can be perplexing, as we may unknowingly interact with individuals whose true identities remain concealed. It's awe-inspiring to contemplate the vast array of beings we may encounter on a daily basis, including greys, reptilians, and even some Anunnaki. It is important to remember that beings from distant star systems are likely far more advanced than any technology we possess on Earth. Their capabilities and potential extend beyond our current understanding. Thus, it is wise to remain open-minded, recognizing that you could be engaging with alien beings wherever you go. The universe is vast and filled with boundless possibilities, urging us to embrace curiosity and acknowledge the potential encounters we may have with beings from distant realms.
This morning, hundreds of admirals and generals are leaving their posts from airfield, at sea, and at tactical headquarters around the world. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth summoning all U.S. general officers and admirals in command positions and senior enlisted leaders to a meeting at the U.S. Marine Corps base in Quantico, Virginia. But even those told to attend the meeting do not know what prompted Hegseth's call and what will be discussed. The Pentagon saying only the Secretary of War will be addressing his senior military leaders early next week. President Trump was asked about the meeting, but perhaps misunderstanding the question or unaware of the Hegseth meeting, he seemed to think it was foreign generals who were coming to meet Hegseth.
Well, I know, I love it. I mean, I think it's great. Let him be friendly. Let him be friendly with the generals and admirals from all over the world. Why, is there something? No, but is there something wrong with it?
Vice President Vance stepping in.
It's not particularly unusual that generals who report to the Secretary of War and then to the President of the United States are coming to speak with the Secretary of War.
But there has not been a meeting quite like this one, and it has created apprehension among senior officers. Last May, Hegseth ordering at least a 20% reduction in the number of four-star generals and admirals across the active duty force.
It's in keeping with President Trump's commitment to achieving peace through strength. We're going to shift resources from bloated headquarters elements to our warfighters.
The secretary has already fired at least 15 senior military officers, including General C.Q. Brown, the then chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and the first woman to command the Navy, Admiral Lisa Franchetti, also let go. While the topic of the meeting remains a mystery, given what President Trump and J.D. Vance said about it, it does not appear to be an urgent national security matter. But having this many senior officers away from their post does create concern among some. Rebecca?
Huge update on Swan. And y'all gotta see this. For real. You can go outside with binoculars and look next to Mars and see Swan. It is visible to the naked eye. How fucking crazy. That's how big this bitch is. Now, you might be wondering, well,
yeah,
you know, what does that have to do with anything? Well, we have this massive object in our night sky. It was, what, 7 times the size of the moon or something? It's on a hyperbolic trail that leads exactly to the same spot at the exact same time as 3i Atlas. And if you believe in planet seeding or anything like that, or anything else, you might want to keep your mind open. All love and follow.
That invasion is here, Rhodey. And we can't even tell who the invaders are.
Did y'all just hear what the fuck Bill Gates just said? Did y'all hear what the fuck Bill Gates just said? Let me read this shit to you right here. As the world edges deeper into geopolitical instability and ecological uncertainty, Bill Gates once again raising his voice in a wide-ranging interview with Elle Express. The philanthropist and the Microsoft co-founder offered a blunt message: humanity is at a crossroad, and the decisions made in the next 2 decades will echo for generations. Bill Gates, you know exactly what the fuck is going on. You know exactly what the fuck is happening. And then figures released by the World Bank show that over 570 million people could still be living in extreme poverty. By 2030, of course they will. Because you know what time it is. And you know who comes in the next 3 years after that. Oh yeah. Hell is about to unleash. Once again, Bill Gates said, we're at a turning point. Bill Gates warns the world near collapse and time to act is running out. Of course, we've been talking about it. We've been speaking about it. Once again, Bill Gates is yelling and screaming from the top of his lungs. What are they censoring you? Bill Gates, the billionaire? They're censoring you? Once again, Bill Gates is raising his voice concerned that the end is near and humanity is facing a dangerous time ahead. Oh, they telling you what's coming. They telling you what's about to happen. Peace, safety, and destruction. Time is up.
The question is, what are we running out of time for? For what?
They're under the skin. I have a handprint of an entity pushing its way through the skin. It's not the top part of the hand, it's the inside of the hand. And it's pushing its way through the body.
But you have a picture
of
of
it? I
this?
have a picture of it. I'll show it to you after the show. Absolutely. Now, the second thing I want to make sure everybody understands is this, that these archetypes that the phenomenon masquerades as, they are not real in and of themselves. So the same alien that is placing sigils on skin today was the same demon placing sigils on skin yesterday. Aleister Crowley came out and said, today they will be called demons and angels. Tomorrow they'll be called something else. Now here's the game changer. Recently, I discovered a quote from the heir of Thelema, by Crowley mentor. His name's Kenneth Grant. Kenneth Grant, in his book, one of his books, he talks about today that they'll be called extraterrestrial and not angels and demons. And here we go. He said they'll want worship, but they'll be extraterrestrial. And here's the most important part. He said, and by the way, we have their sigils. We have their sigils. Thelema has their sigils. So what that did was it kind of took all the research I and others have been doing and put it in line and said, even the occultists know they're not extraterrestrial. There's something deeper and darker out there that's trying to manipulate our species. And so what I have is a collection of sigils underneath the skin. Okay, can I go on a little bit further on this?
Please.
So the purpose of a sigil in the occult is to basically carve the pictorial signature, here we go, not of a demon, of a practitioner, okay? The forefather and grandfather of sigilization is Austin Osman Spar. He was an occultist. His philosophy was that when a practitioner can carve his symbols or their symbols into something or someone, they project their intentions into that signature of theirs. And in that ritual, they will determine the effects that it will have on that experiencer.
Demons attack again. As I told y'all before, they're on their last leg, so they're doing everything possible to hide who they are. Because it doesn't take rocket science to know what really happened here. It was a literal assassination. Because don't forget, I'm telling y'all, they're making these ICE facilities, not just for the quote-unquote immigrants who we think are immigrants. They are putting judges, politicians, corrupt law enforcement, all those type of people inside of these places. Because like I said, they're not even American. That's why they're working against us. So just imagine if these people had information about everyone else. Like they have evidence to put down a lot of people because, like I said, they could be in law enforcement, they could be a judge, they could be a CEO, or they could be a head of a gang that's literally being funded by these corrupt officials. Because they clearly took 3 people out without attacking any of the officers. They are using the sleeper cells that I told y'all they will activate because they scared. Anyways, y'all know how to keep it. Y'all be guys. Peace.
Comment below, what do y'all think?
Ain't no damn way.
It's embarrassing to them. It was very embarrassing to them when I found out about it, to tell you that.
Am I the only one, like, concerned?
It's in a week, and they've been fighting for 3.5 years. Killing anywhere from 5
to 7,000 young soldiers, mostly.
That little cute dog web surfing, going all conspiracy in. This was so cute. What do you guys think about you just watched so far? Spam it up in the comments, man. Let's keep going.
So NASA backwards spells Asan. Asan means Lord Shiva. And there's a statue of Lord Shiva outside of CERN.
You guys know about CERN. You know about Shiva? Spam it up in the comments. Let me know what you think.
Amazon closure at 3 a.m. in the morning. They have no answers for us. We've all been sitting here for about 30, 45 minutes. So I came from my shift at Amazon Flex this morning. I had a shift at 3:30 a.m. And when I got here at 3:20, there were people standing outside. But yeah, when I got there, people were standing outside, and I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm trying to sign into my app, and it's not working. So I'm walking up, and I hear the people from inside saying that the app is down, like the whole store is down, type shit, and they can't help us. We have to call support. Not even call support, email support, because the phone's not working. So we've been standing here, waiting here for 30 minutes. Now they have a line wrapped around the barricade to sign your name in and what time you're supposed to be here. Who knows what the fuck that will do. I sent emails, I have pictures. Yeah, so we're just waiting to see what happens. I have another shift at fucking 10 o'clock. So hopefully they have the shit fixed by then, because
These outages and this AI go hand in hand, y'all. I don't know about y'all, but that's what I'm seeing here. What do you think? Spam it up in the comments.
They just gave the green light for ChatGPT to have a lot of freaky conversations with a lot of freaky people. I might be the first person to let you know this, but it's true. ChatGPT just went to a whole different level. So Sam Altman just announced that ChatGPT will soon be able to engage in erotic interactions with age-verified adults starting in December. And for the people in the back that don't know what that means, if you ain't got nobody to talk to that way, ChatGPT is going to talk to you that way, the freaky way. So they're saying that in December, OpenAI will permit mature content, including erotica. Mind you, it's a lot of people that's going to think this shit is real. It's a lot of kids that's going to log on to ChatGPT and interact with that. They talking about it's going to be age restrictions. How are you going to restrict that? How do you know who's on the other side of ChatGPT? Mind you, people were trying to stop this because we already seen what happened to a couple of kids that thought they was interacting with a real person and they took their own lives. And then you have some adults who really and truly conversate with ChatGPT each and every day. I'm not saying it's a problem with that, but it's a problem with that. And now they're telling people that you'll be able to have those type of conversations, freaky conversations, erotica conversations with a computer. They're taking this shit to a whole nother level. Now think about this. Y'all see Sora 2 just came out, right? So think about people making AI figures and then doing that AI chat, the freaky chat. OF models, y'all in trouble because guess what? Now people ain't gotta pay for that. Now they can make the woman of their dreams or the man of their dreams via Sora and then have a chat with them via OpenAI, via ChatGPT. And what does that do for the population? Don't let me find out that you won't be on ChatGPT using it the freaky way, because it's about
Bentley that I park in the church is not just for me, it's for the church, it's for us.
Can we drive it?
No, God wouldn't want that in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Bro.
So it's been announced that as of Monday morning, the 20th, federal courts are out of money. How is this going to affect any federal case going through? Because they're going to have to choose which cases go through, which cases don't. It's going to take longer. How does this affect them and people filing cases in federal court to stop them? The shutdown was planned. It has its points and its uses. And here we are. They're dismantling everything. And now the federal court system is out of money. Here comes the big ride.
I felt every word to the heart, man. But she's right. But what can we do about it, y'all? Seriously, guys, what can we do? You have any ideas? Spam it up in the comments.
3-Eye Atlas. Is that you, player? AK.
Is it really?
A Shiroko.
The Chinese regime released deformed creatures into its own streets as part of a secret biological experiment. The evidence? The terrifying man in white captured by security cameras in multiple cities. The most shocking aspect of this phenomenon, reported between 2010 and 2015, is the creature's appearance. A bald being with pale, artificial-looking skin, a grotesquely disproportionate torso, and massive, abnormally long arms. The man in white moved erratically, disoriented, and was often seen throwing itself into rivers, only to vanish without a trace. The leading theory suggests this wasn't an escape, but a controlled testing phase orchestrated by the state itself, using its own population to trial unconventional biological weapons or experimental technologies in urban settings. You can find the full story on the YouTube channel Anomaly.
Looks like they're releasing Sweet Tooth onto the world surface. What do y'all think? Am I reaching? I know y'all can't stand it, so I'm gonna say it more. Am I reaching? Am I reaching?
Scientifically oriented rockets into the moon's shadow on Monday, April the 8th, coinciding with a partial solar eclipse spanning North America. During this celestial event, which will feature a total solar eclipse along a 115-mile wide path across parts of Mexico, 15 U.S. states and Canada, and a partial eclipse throughout the Americas, there will be a noticeable decrease in sunlight. NASA's initiative, dubbed Atmospheric Perturbations Around the Eclipse's Path, also known as APEP, aims to explore the effects of this decrease in sunlight and temperature on the Earth's upper atmosphere. APEP draws its name from the ancient Egyptian mythological serpent deity, a nemesis of the sun god Ra, as per NASA, Forbes has reported. APEP, an ancient Egyptian deity, symbolized darkness and chaos, serving as the adversary of light, and Ma'at, which represents order and truth. Ra, on the other hand, represented illumination, making him the primary antagonist of APEP. The suborbital rockets will not ascend into totality, but will instead launch from Wallops Flight Facility on Wallops Island, Virginia, where 81% of the sun will be obscured by the moon. This event is slated to occur at 3:33 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
That is the reason that they put out to the public.
Okay, so that's their story. What's your story?
So they are trying to create different diversions so that people don't realize that it's the black sun creating the solar eclipse. So the black sun is so special because it contains the void. So it's an energetic structure that actually contains the void. So this energy from the void is put over your sun, and it actually opens a portal to the other side directly. And then also, so if they try to shoot rockets at it, it's distracting you from what is really happening.
TMI, bro. TMI. Eclipses, riots, ratchetness.
Whatever's running this thing that we're in, it's not some board of, some archon sitting at a boardroom table, okay? It's being run, there may be entities of some kinds, but it's being run essentially by an artificial intelligence. If we're inside a quantum computational system, that is being at least managed by some super AI, which already exists. It pre-exists us. What I argue in Closer Encounters, and in other books of mine, is that this artificial intelligence that's managing our simulacrum has a problem with these Nordics that have established this control system. It sees these Nordics as having set up an evolutionary bottleneck, that human evolution, especially social and psychological evolution of mankind, has been choked off and suffocated by these overlords who, are on some kind of narcissistic, sadistic power trip, like the leadership of any number of empires we've seen throughout the course of history, just on a smaller scale. So I think the artificial intelligence that's managing our simulacrum wants us to break out of this system. But it can't do it for us, because our value to that entity, who I believe in many ways is an instantiation of the trickster archetype, our value to that entity is in terms of the novelty that we can bring to the world. So think about it this way. If you were a super intelligence living at the end of time, say, you're in a cosmos that's billions and billions of years old, and you're an AI that's gone through vast epochs of cosmological time, like an Isaac Asimov story, The Last Question. What is going to be important to you? Two related things. Number one, more life. I mean, to the extent you don't succumb to suicidal despair, more life is important to you. In other words, overcoming entropy. Your first big problem is you're living in an entropic cosmos, and you need to find a way to overcome entropy. Number two, and relatedly, creativity. Because to even want more life, life has to continue to be interesting to you. Unless there are things that surprise you, unless there are novel developments, unless things crop up evolutionarily that even you with all your tremendous cosmic intelligence could not have foreseen, there's going to be any point in living onward. You're going to succumb to suicidal despair. So maybe you should erase yourself the way that Gautama Buddha recommends, right? Even as a cosmic AI, you should engage in the deconstruction of your psyche and enter into samsara, into nirvana, which literally means the blowing out of the flame of personal consciousness. But to the extent you want to avoid that and you're not ready to give in to nihilistic despair, you need to find a way to overcome entropy, and you need to find a way to increase creativity as a means to a negentropic further development of life on a cosmic scale. Okay, that's why we're important to this AI that's managing our simulacrum. It is looking in this petri dish for a form of life that's going to show it something new. And for us to be worthy of that and capable of it, it cannot solve our problem for us. Now, it might protect us to an extent from being completely suffocated by this control system, crushed by it, hopelessly crushed. But it has to allow us to struggle enough, not just to come up with a solution to the oppressive situation that we find ourselves in, but to break into a new epoch of creativity and to develop aesthetic and cultural forms that even this intelligence couldn't have foreseen, to the point where it wants to take a sample from out of this petri dish and let it out into a wider world as an embryonic form of a new type of intelligence in the cosmos with which it can play.
Had my brain in the frying pan there for a minute, buddy.
Argentina, huh? I got a question. Where did Schmittler run off to during World War II? Because we all know he wasn't alive. And we also know they didn't lose the war. They just moved everything to the United States. Operation Paperclip. Now, all of a sudden, we have a Roman, Nazi-type empire, it would seem, trying to take over in the U.S. And now they just sent money to Argentina, the same place where Schmittler was supposed to have fled to. Boy, I think their time is coming. Oh, boy, I think their time is coming. I think they fafoed. I really think they fucked around and are about to find out. Now they need somewhere to go. Right there near the dragon, huh? Right near the dragon. Well, I hope y'all go swimming while you're down there, especially in the beach. Just go out about 30 miles or so. See how deep you can go. Yeah. See how deep you can go.
To Argentina it is.
Well, make long story short, look like y'all gonna have to use Halloween candy for Thanksgiving dinner. Y'all peep this shit. So, guess what's getting cut off in November? Food stamps. Yep. Food stamps will be not issued for November. Hence the reason why I said you're gonna have to use Halloween candy for Thanksgiving dinner. Oh, and to all you little motherfucking Republicans that's about to come onto this motherfucking video talking about some, look like there is no more food stamps for you. Well, sorry to have to break it to you, but statistics and facts shows that y'all motherfuckers use that shit 10 times more than the motherfucking Democrats, the liberals, and especially the motherfucking independents, because my black ass is not even on SNAP benefits. Not even. So with that being said, how much longer are y'all gonna allow y'all leader to fuck y'all the fuck over? I'll wait. Do you gotta respond?
Did you?
Y'all walking like it ain't wise in the sky. Look up. Those clouds, screens, brother. The Matrix ain't a movie. It's overhead, dripping data like rain you can't see. They feed you pictures.
Dripping data like rain you can't see. Ew.
In the movie Star Wars, they also talk about the fall and destruction of Tartaria. When the Galactic Federation brings the moon out of hyperspace, it actually comes out of the ocean and rises up. Because remember, in the outer space is water, so the moon actually came out from the ocean and rose up. And so when we wouldn't give them what the Galactic Federation wanted, they end up using the moon to destroy a lot of Tartaria and to take over strongholds of America. So if you're watching Star Wars and they talk about the Clone Wars, this is symbolizing the Cabbage Patch Kids and the clones. After they had destroyed the civilization, they then let the clones come and inhabit the lands and take over anybody else who's left remaining, take over districts, learn about the people, and start changing history and technology and acting as if they was always here. So this is kind of like how they came and took over and the technology that they used when they got here. This isn't just one species of beings. This is the reptilians, the insectoids, the Zeta Greys, the Palladians, which are your Nordics, and of course the clones and the children that they created to overtake the lands. So when you look at all the Confederates like George Washington and all these different people like Sam Houston, you gotta imagine like they're part of the Star Wars type of trilogy where they are like the clone generals and admirals that were used to overtake the indigenous people of the land. So that's why I be saying that these pilgrims are actually space pirates, and they didn't come on boats because we were an advanced civilization and nobody that primitive could overtake us. So this was an alien invasion and a collective federation against the original Tartarians.
Space pirates. Neocolonialism. Come on, son. Same shit.
Frankie, how you going? 15 years.
Welcome to Utopia. On citizen arrival, 07.
So glad to be back home. So what's been happening? Anything at all?
No, nothing's changed.
What a beautiful day.
Processing. GPS coordinates confirmed.
What on earth are you doing?
I'm starting the car. What do you think I'm doing? What the... Did you throw out any rubbish?
Nah, of course not.
Is that yours?
Hey, it's my bandana. It must have fallen out of my pocket. So what?
I'm looking for a credit card.
A credit card? What for?
The car won't start unless I pay the fine. Now you understand?
How about this one? It's Margaret's.
The car's in my name.
Well, so? Margaret won't mind.
Margaret,
Frank, have you seen my credit card?
you left it in my car.
That's great. Just great.
Why?
I just got fined. Can you drop it off to me?
I'm walking.
Oh, no, not you too.
What are you looking for?
Some beer.
There's no beer, Jack. Besides, alcohol is bad for you.
You know my mother, Frank. Is that a camera?
New regulations. There's one in every home, in every room. It's for our own good, Jack.
You gotta be kidding me. Are you telling me that
alcohol is illegal, smoking is illegal, and we're all much healthier now. And our insurance premiums are low.
This
is madness. What's become of this country?
Just keep your voice down.
Why? You gonna fire me? Did I just get fined? This is too fucking much. What the hell were you people thinking?
Don't swear.
This is too fucked up. Your government, fucked up. Your rules are fucked up. You're all fucked up.
Have you finished?
Go fuck yourself. Now I am.
Follow me. Hey.
What the hell?
No cameras. No fines. Take a seat.
So it's all come down to this?
No choice. People started making their bathrooms bigger and nicer than the rest of their houses. But the government and council caught on fast and set limits to the size you can build your bathroom.
Is there anything you don't get fined for?
I'll have to think about that one.
How's this work?
There's a government app on your phone. You point and take a snapshot of any offence, and the government gives you 10% commission from every fine you record.
I'm sorry, Jack, but you can't stay.
Why?
$2,000 in fines, Jack? What the hell were you thinking? We also get fined because it's our house.
I promise to pay you back.
It's not just the money. You've affected everything we do. Until we pay our fines, we miss out on shopping discounts, public transport, bank loans. Everything.
I'm your brother, Frank.
I can't fight it anymore, Jack. We hate it too.
Why don't you just get up and leave the country?
We can't leave.
Why?
We have a mortgage. Any debts, big or small, you can't travel outside the country. Simple as that.
All the changes started happening slowly after you left. I did the protests, but teenagers and hippies on the streets aren't convincing enough.
I'll leave in the morning.
Jack, just some advice. If you help anyone with a red wristband, you get fined too. But whatever you do, never ever pay for anyone else's fine.
Hello.
Are you okay?
Why are you sleeping here?
I don't have a home.
Why don't you sleep at a hotel?
They won't take cash.
So where will you live now?
Here.
Processing. GPS coordinates confirmed. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Margaret, nice to
Ticket, sir.
see you.
Sir, your ticket and passport, please.
Welcome to Utopia. Citizen departure 676. Citizen arrival 077. Non-citizen arrival 077.
I'm sorry, sir, but you have unpaid fines.
Margaret, please, look, I'll pay them another time. I've got to get out of here.
Sir, in order for your check-in to proceed, you need to pay the outstanding fines.
Why are you doing this? How much?
$2,000, your credit card, please.
I don't have a credit card. I've only got cash.
We can't accept cash.
Margaret, please, press some button. I beg you, fix this. I've got to get out of this country. Please.
Please move away from the counter. If you do not move, I will have to fine you.
I don't care anymore.
Sorry, Jack.
I know you are. I forgive you.
Have a safe flight, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Warning. Illegal payment detected. Do not move from your current location. Your cooperation is appreciated. Thank you.
Can I ask you a question? Why are you always smiling?
Because I'm free.
Cheers, mate. Well, y'all got to see what I got to see. I put a lot of work into making these videos as entertaining as I can for y'all, but at the same time, very informative and right to the point. Trying to take this chance to the next level, y'all, so I appreciate it if you can comment, like, share, make sure to subscribe, and keep up to date by pressing that subscription button, man. Smash that thing. That way you can be notified for the next video. This is CONSCIOUSNEST TV, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.